Hi guys, welcome to my channel and welcome to today's video. I'm Coach Steve of Joy and Success Coaching of Pennsylvania. So for today's video, I wanted to go over the International Coaching Federation's Code of Ethics. I thought it was important for you guys as consumers to be aware that this Code of Ethics does exist, and I wanted to go over some of the 28 points in it with you. I'm not going to be going over them in very extensive detail today. I will leave a link below in the description. There is a broader explanation and clarification on what is meant in particular by some of these codes, but I had wanted to go over the general principles of the 28 of them real quickly. There's on this website an introduction, definitions as to what they mean by certain terms that'll be used throughout the document. You can find this, again, I'll leave a link down below. But we're going to get down to the responsibility to clients. As an International Coaching Federation professional, your coach, regardless of what niche of coaching they are in, should explain and ensure prior to or at the initial meeting that coaching clients, sponsors understand the nature and potential value of coaching, the nature and limits of confidentiality, financial arrangements, and any other terms of the coaching agreements. Number 2, to create an agreement or a contract regarding the roles, responsibilities, and rights of all parties involved with my clients and sponsors prior to the commencement of services, to maintain the strictest levels of confidentiality with all parties as agreed upon, to be aware and to agree to comply with all applicable laws that pertain to personal data and communications, to have a clear understanding about how information is exchanged among all parties involved in all coaching interactions, to have a clear understanding with both clients and sponsors or interested parties about the conditions under which information will not be kept confidential, such as illegal activity if required by law pursuant to valid court orders or subpoenas, imminent of likely risk of danger to self or others, etc. Where one reasonably believes the above criteria's circumstances are applicable, they may need to inform the appropriate authorities. When working as an internal coach, manage conflicts of interest or potential conflicts of interest with coaching clients and sponsors through coaching agreements and ongoing dialogue. This should include addressing organizational roles, responsibilities, relationships, records, confidentiality, and other reporting requirements. Number 7, to maintain, store, and dispose of any records, including electronic files and communications created during the professional interactions in a manner applicable that promotes confidentiality, security, privacy, and complies with any applicable laws and agreements. Furthermore, to see to make proper use of emerging and growing technological developments that are being used in coaching services, technology-assisted coaching services, aka AI, and to be aware of how various ethical standards would apply to them. Number 8, remain alert to indications that there might be a shift in the value received from coaching relationships. If so, make a change in the relationship or encourage the clients or sponsors to seek another coach, to seek another professional, or use different resources. Number 9, respect all parties' rights to terminate the coaching relationship at any point for any reason during the coaching process, subject to the provisions of the agreement being the contract signed at the beginning, mentioned above. Number 10, to be sensitive to the implications of having multiple contracts and relationships with the same clients or sponsors at the same time in order to avoid conflict of interest situations. To be aware of and actively manage any power or status differences between the client and me that may be caused by cultural, relational, psychological, or contextual issues. To disclose to my clients the potential receipt of compensation and other benefits I may receive for referring clients to third parties. To assure consistent quality of coaching regardless of the amount or form of agreed compensation in any relationships. And subject to, will bring us to the responsibility to practice and performance. Number 14 in the ethics guidelines from the International Coaching Federation, to adhere to the International Coaching Federation Code of Ethics in my interactions when I become aware of a possible breach of the code by myself or I recognize unethical behavior in other professionals. I respectfully raise the matter with those involved. If this does not resolve the matter, I refer to a formal authority, the International Coaching Federation staff, for example, for a resolution. Require adherence to the International Coaching Federation Code of Ethics by all support personnel. Commit to excellence through continued personal, professional, and ethical development. Recognize my personal limitations or circumstances that may impair, conflict with, or interfere with my coaching performance or professional coaching relationships. I will reach out for support to determine the action to be taken and, if necessary, promptly seek relevant professional guidance. This may include suspending or terminating my coaching relationships. To resolve any conflict of interest or potential conflict of interest by working through the issue with the relevant parties, seeking professional assistance, or suspending temporarily or ending the professional relationship. To maintain the privacy of International Coaching Federation members and use the ICF member contact information, such as telephone numbers, emails, etc., only as authorized by the members. Section 3 gets into the responsibility to professionalism. To identify accurately my coaching qualifications, my level of coaching competency, expertise, experience, training, certifications, and International Coaching Federation credentials. To make verbal and written statements that are true and accurate about what I offer as a International Coaching Federation professional, what is offered by the ICF, the coaching profession, and the potential value of coaching. To communicate and create awareness with those who need to be informed of the ethical responsibilities established by this code. And I'm going to point out that is a part of what today's video is. I think it would be in the best interest of consumers of coaching to be aware that these guidelines exist, and this is an attempt to create awareness and to communicate the ethical responsibilities that your coach should be aware of and adhering to in any case that you are working with a coach or considering working with a coach. This is not the Wild West by any means. As you can see, there are a lot of guidelines coaches should be adhering to, and in most cases usually are. Which brings us to number 23, to hold responsibility for being aware of and setting clear, appropriate, and culturally sensitive boundaries that govern interactions, physical or otherwise. Number 24, do not participate in any sexual or romantic engagement with clients or sponsors. Be ever mindful of the level of intimacy appropriate for the relationship. To take the appropriate actions to address the issue or to cancel the engagement of such romantic or sexual behavior. Your coach should be coaching you, not dating you, essentially. This takes us to number 25. This gets to the responsibility to society in general. International Coaching Federation professionals should be seeking to avoid discrimination by maintaining fairness and equality in all activities and operations while respecting local rules and cultural practices. This includes, but is not limited to, discrimination on the basis of age, race, gender expression, ethnicity, sexual orientation, religion, national origin, disability, or military status. Number 26, to recognize and honor the contributions and intellectual property of others, only claiming ownership of my own material. I understand that a breach of this standard may be subject may subject me to a legal remedy by a third party, aka quote people for their quotes, right? I can't claim Einstein's quote is my quote, and who's an Einstein? You know an Einstein quote when you see one. Number 27. I am honest and work within the recognized scientific standards, applicable subject guidelines, and boundaries of my competence when conducting and reporting research. Number 28. I am aware of my and my clients' impact on society. I adhere to a philosophy of doing good versus avoiding bad. And there is a pledge to the ethics of the International Coaching Federation. So, in general, coaching should be doing good more simply than just avoiding bad. The end benefit of coaching for a client should increase the amount of good in their life and in the lives of those around them. I hope this video has been really informative. If you guys want to see a broader explanation as to what all of these terms mean, that is available through the International Coaching Federation's website, and I'll be leaving a link to that down below. But I'm hoping you guys have learned a little bit more about what criteria coaches should be using when engaging, and that there is a very codified set of ethics and conduct that routinely is followed, that coaching is something with a lot of structure to it that you can really benefit from for increasing the good in your life. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me at joyandsuccesscoaching@gmail.com. I hope your weekend's going well, and I've been Coach Steve, wishing you the best of joy and success. Until next week, guys, you take it easy.